What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 63 of The Charge to the Top here with Hereford FC, and today we are going to be taking on Hull City at the top of the Championship. A massive game for us today. Of course, if you missed the previous two episodes, they were kind of January live comms between them. Each was an hour long. I recommend you go check them out for you guys who have been screaming out about wanting to know, a little bit more of perhaps what goes on behind the scenes here at Hereford. I feel like those videos were quite a good little taster for kind of how I just play FM in general. I will first and foremost apologise if you feel like you can hear rain in the background. You may well be able to. It's winter here in England and the weather's terrible and it's been raining all day. I've been trying to wait so it wasn't so noisy outside, but it's kind of blowing straight into my window and I've given up. I want to play this game and I want to play some Football Manager, and that's what we're going to do today. Of course, as I said last episode, it was quite a lot of big games. Since then, we've actually only played the 5 matches, but some good results here. The first of which, result of the season, without a doubt, 6-0 against Sheffield United. We annihilated them at home. A fantastic performance. Anthony Ford getting a hat-trick. Unusual perhaps for the 29-year-old. Not a player you'd pick out as being an out-and-out goal scorer, but he got 3 goals and 2 assists in this game. He was absolutely sublime, and yeah, for 6-0. Can't complain about that. Of course, that off the back of the 5-2 win against Huddersfield. So goals, just pinging in for fun, really. Following on from that, we had an FA Cup game against Bolton. I played a full-strength side, really wanted to win this game. Unfortunately, we didn't. We lost 1-0. You can see, looking at the stats, it was very, very close in terms of we probably deserved to get more from this game. Ultimately, though, an early goal for Bolton was the difference maker. You can see we had 4 clear-cut chances, 2 half chances, hit the woodwork once as well, but we just couldn't find a way through. And, well, speaking of not being able to find a way through, the game against Ipswich that followed that match, I've seen some games where you just feel like it's just not your day. And I had that feeling in this game, even though we scored in the 30th minute. We won 1-0, as you can see. But if we just look at the match stats, we hit the woodwork 3 times. We had 5 clear-cut chances, 4 half chances. It should have been so many more than 1-0, but we'll take the win, I guess. It was a good result, all things considering. Jay Beckford getting the goal there, and, well, that was good to see him getting a goal, because, of course, he did score a few in the Sheffield United win, and while the right midfielder, not a player you'd necessarily, kind of pick out for his goals. Anyway, the next game we had was against Sunderland. 2-0 defeat. Unfortunate, this one away from home. Sunderland right up there at the top of the table. Was never going to be easy. And, a little bit of a shame to lose them. But, what can you do? It was a tough game away from home against a very good team in this division. And, we didn't disrespect ourselves by any means with our performance. Anyway, our most recent game against Aston Villa, one of our kind of promotional rivals, I guess, if you want to consider us now in a playoff fight, which I certainly do. You can see we won this game 3-1. You'll notice, however, Kevin Kelly came off in the 42nd minute. He's out for a little while with an injury. You see a thigh strain, out for 3 weeks. Massive miss for us. His replacement, Brad Lynch, the man who we actually loaned during one of the January Livecom episodes from Middlesbrough, he grabbed a brace off the bench, and, well, it was a great performance for him. I've got to be honest. There's one goal here that stands out for me, and it's one of those goals in Football Manager which, if it happens for me, I'm delighted about, and I sing from the rooftops about how this is the greatest game ever. If I was the Aston Villa manager, I'd be absolutely livid, but, well, you make your own luck, you enjoy it when it goes your way, and it's fair to say that Villa, we got given a gift to go 2-1 up in this game, and that really did shift the momentum of the game. Immediately here, early on in the half, you'll see this. This is, I've not seen this happen in FM this year at all, besides on this occasion. So, ball whipped in, keeper collects it. You're thinking, right, well, let's get back. Lynch, what are you doing? What are you doing, Lynch? Keeper. In fact, answers on a postcard. What was the keeper thinking? I'm not sure, but I'm grateful that he dropped it at Brad Lynch's feet. And, we won that game 3-1, so that was a fantastic result. So anyway, today we take on Hull City. It's a big game for us in the Championship. You can see here they sit top of the table at the moment. They are 4 points clear of Sunderland, who we already lost to, but Sunderland do have a game in hand. In terms of our form, we're up to 8th, and that 6-0 win has really helped us out when it comes to our goal difference. You can see it sits at plus 18. We, of course, beat Aston Villa not so long ago. Today we've got Hull, and we have got a few games coming up against some of the teams around us. And you'd have to say, looking at it now, we are... I'm going to say it, we are with a shout of the playoffs this year at a minimum. That's what I want to aim for now. I feel like we have the players to do it. The players are definitely maturing. The Kevin Kelly injury, no doubt in my mind, can be a massive influencing factor in our kind of promotion push this year. It's all going to come down on Brad Lynch. Can he step up to the plate, the Middlesbrough youngster? I certainly hope he can. He got 2 goals last game, so I have no reason to doubt him as of yet. You can see Nydam, who of course joined us for a club record fee, average rating of 7.21 for us. A fantastic player. Looking at him, Coach Report says decent Premier League player. I really like this guy. Fantastic player. Would I say he's decent Premier League? Maybe. I think he's kind of low-end Premier League, but he's doing a job for us, the 23-year-old, and he's been superb this year in the centre of the midfield. You will notice, look, going into this game, our fitness is very, very good. If we compare it to Hull, on the other hand, they've been on a few little cup runs. They've got an EFL Cup coming up, or EFL Cup final coming up. And you can see here, they've got problems. They've got a lot of injuries to first-team players. Their fitness is not great. They've been playing a lot of games. Their most recent match, you can see, against Reading just 3 days ago. I think we have an advantage going into this game in the sense that Hull are going to be very tired. Their squad is limited due to injuries, and this is a game I think we can really capitalise on. In terms of our team for today's game, we're going to go with Chucky, the Nigerian, in goal. Back to full fitness. Been very, very good for us since his return. Hopefully he can give a good performance again today. Left back, we play Kavanagh, a player who's really, really stepped up his game recently. A 7.42 average rating. His average rating as a whole this season has gone up to a 6.95 as well, which is great. Rojas at right back, the Panama international, looked like he may leave at one point in January. He isn't, and as you can see in his last 5 games, he's been very solid as well. At centre-back, we go with Lennon and Dickey. Of course, Lennon's been out for a little while with an injury. Match fitness is back for him, though, and he's looking sharp as ever. In the centre of midfield, we go with Needham and Ledson. Up top, ahead of them, we go with Maddison. We then have Ford on the left, Beckford on the right, and Lynch up top for today's game. Elsewhere in the team, we've got a fairly strong team. You know, we've got players like Tom Davies on the bench, Beautyman on the bench, Jack Barmby, Caelan Hines, Liam Evans. There's options there. Of course, the bigger issue, I guess, for us is the fact that our main player this year, Kevin Kelly, who, well, if we just look at him here, he's got 24 goals and 13 assists this season. We're missing him, and he's a big miss for us. I'm hoping that's not a serious injury. I'm hoping it's not going to impact him too much. When he comes back, he can hit the ground running. But I am looking today at Brad Lynch to really, I know, kind of contribute to our team. So anyway, let's get into this game. A slightly shorter episode, I guess, versus what we've done previously, and not so many games to recap, so we can get straight into this. Regen Day is yet to happen. I've not talked about it really in recent years. I don't ever recall having a player come in an intake in a YouTube series and be very good for me, if I'm honest. It's just a curse that I've had. One day I'll get a good youngster, but until that day, you know, we'll deal with our average players and just focus on signing some players. But anyway, Hull coming into this game, I mentioned their lack of fitness. If we just have a quick look at things here, you can see they are really struggling. From the off, they are going to be low on fitness. On the bench, they have got some options, although a few players coming back from injury, not looking 100% themselves. I feel like the longer this game goes on, the better we should be playing. And you can see early on, at least, we are holding on to possession quite nicely. We are going to be, you know, forcing Hull really to work to win back the ball. And that's going to be our game plan here. Hull are top of the league for a reason. They have very good quality in their side. But with all their injuries, with their lack of fitness, with the kind of, I guess, thick and fast nature of these fixtures, they're going to be tiring. And you can see early on in this game, they're yet to have a shot on our goal. They are looking very, very weak. And I think they are there for the taking today. I'm saying it now. I might not be saying it at the end of the game, but this is a game I think we can very much be competitive in. And, well, you'd have to say, early on we've been on top. Although with 40 minutes gone, we're yet to have a highlight. We're yet to have a chance either way. But you'd have to say we've bossed this game. Hull yet to test Chucky in goal. I'm going to tell the players I'm not happy with this performance. I want to get them fired up. Looking at our performances, Jay Beckford struggling a little bit on a 6.4. A really poor game for him. But much like in the game against Huddersfield, where we were 1-0 down at half-time and ended up winning 5-3, I'm going to show some faith in the boys. You know, I'm going to tell them it as it is. It's not been good enough. I feel like this is a game that we should and could be winning. And I'm hoping, obviously, that we can now step up. It's always going to be difficult, you know, without our top goal scorer, without our top assist maker. Where are the chances going to come from? Well, that is a question that needs to be answered by the players on the pitch. Some of them have got to step up and make it count today. And that's really what we're going to be looking for. Anyway, Hull with possession here. Bringing the ball forward. Nkudu plays through Gray, who could be through here. Narrow angle. Crosses it back post. King's there. I mean, that's their first shot on goal. I don't really use it as an excuse, but that just, it's frustrating, isn't it? You can see they're yet to make a sub. Their players are tiring. And we've been caught out ultimately. You know, Hull, they've had nice kind of bits of play, I guess, and they have kind of seized control of possession a little bit more, but I feel like we've been on top in this match, and yet we find ourselves a goal down. The second half, not off to the start that we wanted it to be off to. I thought this was a real chance to get a good result here against the team who were top. You'd have to say looking at the stats, there's still reason enough to believe that we can kind of fight back in this game. I'm going to take off Jay Beckford. I'm going to bring in Barmby for him. I'm also, I think, going to bring in Liam Evans for Brad Lynch, who's just not had a very good game up front today. So we're going to mix things up there. Obviously, Liam Evans, long-term servant of the club, putting some faith in him to come good for us. But, well, we need to defend this set piece, and it's flicked to the back post. It's clawed out by Chucky somehow. Could we hit them on the counter? I don't think so. Evans is very much isolated. Ball dispossessed from him in the end, and, well, we live life on the edge. A draw here wouldn't be a bad result. I guess that's what we should be aspiring for now, given how this game's played out. Hull have had the better of the clear-cut chances. They've had slightly more possession. We've created a lot of shots, just no real clear-cut opportunities. And, well, I think it's time now for us to really take the game to Hull. You know, they're going to be tiring. Let's move the ball around a bit quicker. Let's see what we can do. I want us to be very expressive. I want us to really kind of hold on to the ball, make them work for it and chase for it a little bit more. Because you'd have to say we've not done enough of that. It looked like early on that was very much going to be how the game played out, but it hasn't. And well, we're struggling everywhere. You kind of look at the average ratings. No one has had a good game for us. We've not looked great, but we do have the ball here going forward. Jack Barmby on as a sub, crosses it in straight down the throat of the goalkeeper, Mannion, who now clears it up. Can Dickey win that in the air? He can. He is on a booking. I'm a little bit concerned about the fact our defender's on a booking. And, well, we are playing more attacking now. We could be in trouble, although we win the ball back here in a good little position. But, unfortunately, Evans dispossessed once more. We look like we lack a focal point in the final third. And, well, the ball headed clear, but only as far as Hull once more. And Ryan Ledson flies into a tackle. Please don't be a straight red. It's not a straight red. It didn't look like a straight red the way the dots collided, but I always get a little bit worried. Maybe we can hit them on the counter here. They're committing a lot of men forward. It goes to De Silva Lopez at the edge of the box. We tackle him. This is where we might have a chance. On the break, we have some fast players. Rojas, the right back. What's he doing there? I don't think he knows. Ford, up to Madison. Madison, can you finish that? It goes in off the post. What a finish that is. We've ridden our luck in this game. We've not been great. I expect Hull now to really push for this. As a result, we are going to switch to the counter. We are going to try and hit them on the break if we can. James Madison, lovely finish in off the post. And, well, couldn't really ask for a better response from the side. We've been good here. And, well, we're going to be on the attack again. Hull are going to be tiring. I want to capitalise on that. Of course, they have made some changes. They have got the quality as well. And, well, we've got to defend immediately here. Gray tries to get the cross and it's blocked. Second ball in. Dickey gets it clear. Oh, my gosh. What is that defending? And, well, it goes from the agony. Well, I guess it goes to agony from being ecstasy. I mean, it was so good, wasn't it? It was so good. There used to be that old Football Manager marketing campaign, the agony and the ecstasy. We've just had both of those in the space of a minute here. Chucky maybe should do better. The defending between Dickey and Kavanagh is shocking, to say the least. And I have to go back on the attack. I have to push men forward. And having gone on the defensive, maybe I'm going to live to regret that. Maybe that was my mistake. I mean, it's easy to say in hindsight, I guess, but this is a game I was desperate to try and get something from. And you'd have to say, we probably should be getting something from it the way we've performed, but we've been unfortunate. But, well, 8 minutes left. We have the ball here. Ford dispossessed, and, well, we are committing a lot of men to the attack now. The full-backs bombing on forward. The centre-backs could be left exposed here, and Hull looking to hit us on the counter. This could be cruel if they were to score again. Harry Lennon, though, lovely tackle. Can we hit them on the break now? It's end-to-end stuff. Jack Barmby, the sub, beats his man out wide, goes for a selfish effort. It hits the woodwork. Why he didn't put in the cross, I'm not entirely sure. We do still have possession here. Evans to Ledson. Unfortunately, it's going to be wasted. Jack Barmby, why did you shoot? What possessed you to do it? Last change of the game, we're going to make it. I'm going to take off Nydam, who is struggling a lot. We're going to bring in Tom Davies for him. I mean, not a lot of time left in this game, just kind of 3 or 4 minutes. It looks increasingly like it's going to finish 2-1, which I feel a little bit gutted about, if I'm honest, but I feel like we've given a really good account of ourselves here. Hull, they're top of the league. They are, you know, quite a few points clear of the teams kind of trailing them. They're a team who I think you'd expect to win the league. They're in the EFL Cup final as well. I do feel like still they were here for the taking today with their lack of fitness. We created opportunities, perhaps not enough clear-cut ones, but we exerted some dominance. And I feel like, you know, maybe, I mean, it's easy to say with Kevin Kelly we'd be doing much better, but yeah, I feel like lacking our top goal scorer and assist maker has probably hurt us there. I'm going to tell the boys they were unlucky. In terms of how that result impacts us, you can see that was actually a game played before everyone else. I guess that's to do with the fact Hull are in the EFL Cup, so it got rescheduled. so we'll have to wait things out from now. Our next game is against Derby. I don't think I'm going to do that as a live com game. In terms of what we will do, let's actually have a look at the schedule. Let's see what's coming up here, because that's going to be of interest to me. So we've got Derby, who are in 6th, then Rotherham in 16th. We then have Forest in 4th, MK Dons in 20th, and Leeds in 5th. I think we'll do the Leeds game next time. There's a few games I know in and amongst these fixtures against teams in and around us, but that Leeds game could prove very crucial indeed. And actually, you look at our end of season run to the year, Sheffield Wednesday and Burnley, I think, are the only teams kind of right up there in the table that we have to play. So it's not a bad run-in to have now. You know, we've played the likes of Hull and Sunderland at the top. We've played Brentford as well. I guess the next kind of 5 games are really going to shape things up for us, as we have got Forest, Leeds and Derby to play. But anyway, guys, that is going to wrap up today's episode from me. Hopefully you did enjoy, as always. I have got a player here I am looking to sign from Maribor in, is it Slovenia or Slovakia? I'm going to get this wrong and people are going to be annoyed, but he's... Let's check. Is he? Yeah, Slovenian. I found the Slovenian youngster playing for the first team in Slovenia. I was just looking through the national teams. Kind of look at him. Not great in the air, but I am thinking he's got a lot of potential as a fullback, and he is only 18 years old. So we have had a bid here accepted of £500,000. We'll see if we can get him in, I guess, and find out next time if we manage to sign him. But yeah, guys, that's going to be all from me. Thank you for watching, as I already said. If you have enjoyed, please do smash the like. Go back and check the previous episodes if you didn't see them. I put a lot of effort into them, obviously being 2 hours in total between the two. It was good fun, though. And yeah, that's going to be all from me. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next time for that game against Leeds United. It is me, Jack, and I'm out.